All right. So I'm super excited to be sharing with you a summary of our compensation plan. If you're new to doTERRA or you're just getting started, this is going to be the clearest way for you to understand the basics of our compensation plan. I'm also going to show you a step-by-step plan of how to get started, what activities to complete to be able to really maximize this compensation plan. So if you follow this plan, I'm just going to show you, you'll know exactly what you're going to earn financially as well. So now the first step is purchasing and using your own kit of these amazing products. Commissions don't come unless you're passionate about the products. You love them, you talk about them, you're going to educate others and bring people in as customers. All of our sales are based on the consumption and the purchase of products. And so if you haven't grabbed your first kit of oils and supplements, make sure you do that and start using them. Start creating your own testimonials and have passion and knowledge about the products. We're going to talk about commissions and how this all works for your benefit. But first, you need to realize that doTERRA is a $2 billion company. And I say that because we're not just a startup in someone's garage. There's not this high risk of shutting down over the next few years. If you choose to partner with us to build an income, you will be building something that's solid, it's stable, and it's lasts for decades. doTERRA has also been labeled by experts in our industry as a forever company. And a lot of that is due to it being privately owned and debt free. But also, it continues to grow every year because of our amazing products that we get to use and share on a regular basis. So, now let's talk about direct sales in general. We get paid based on three things inside network marketing. The first is acquisition, right? Acquiring new customers. So you love the products, you're going to talk about them, bring in a new customer, distributor, and you're going to get a commission for acquiring that customer. The second that we get paid for is retention. You take care of your customers, you support them, and they come back over and over again. And every time that they order for the rest of their lives, you're going to get commission. And then the third way that we get paid is for duplication. So as you build a team of people that are out there sharing the message of this wellness movement and getting these products into people's hands, you'll earn a percentage of the total sales that your team produces. So before we go over each of the different commission and bonuses, I want to give you kind of an overview of what is possible and what this really can turn into long term for you. So this shows our different ranks. Up at the top, I want to point out this elite rank up here. Now, elite is kind of our first really significant rank. And what this means is you have 3,000 in volume in sales for the month. And this could be a combination of people ordering. So it could be 10 people ordering 300. It could be 30 people ordering 100, any combination of that. As long as your volume is 3,000, you are an elite. Now, the average earnings today, because we've increased significantly for elites with some of the updates that doTERRA has done to their comp plan, but the average earnings of elites is about $440 to $530 per month. Okay, now let's jump over to silver. Silver rank is where you have three partners, business partners, three different who are creating their teams. And each of them have hit that elite rank we just talked about. Okay, so one of the things I really love about this business is the only way for us to grow is by helping other people to grow. You only succeed when others have success. So you literally cannot grow without helping other people win. And I love that. It becomes this culture of collaboration instead of competition. So you help those three people reach elite and you're a silver. And the average earnings of a silver is about $1,300 to $3,200 per month. Now, if we skip on to this platinum or diamond level, this is where your business partners have reached that silver rank themselves. And you can be platinum when you have three of them do that, or diamond if four of them do that. Okay. And now this is really those freedom ranks that we're talking about. This is when you're diamond, you're making about 8,000 to over 17,000 a month in average earnings. There's higher diamond levels, and you can see that as you increase how many partners and they increase on rank. And you can see how that's really incredible income on what you can create. So it obviously does going to take some years and commitment and effort to engage in these higher ranks. But our team has helped many people walk the path, and we could do the same with you. So let's get into the details of how we get paid in each of these areas. Okay, first off, we have what's called a fast start bonus. Now, the fast start, you get paid anytime you help someone to purchase our products. You're going to get paid 20% of everything that they order in their first 60 days as a customer. So after they've been a customer for 60 days, then we have another bonus that we call Unilevel, and I'll talk about that. But for the first 60 days, you're going to earn 20% of everything that that customer buys. So if they were to order this kit shown here, it's worth 220 PV. Now, PV is our point system that commissions are based off of. You would earn 20% of that. So that would be $44. Okay. Now, if that person gets really excited about the products, loves using them, has great experiences, and starts sharing with their friends, they would earn that 20%. And you would earn 10%. And so that would be $22 if they purchase that same kit. Then on the third level, you would earn 5%, which is $11. So now you may be thinking, okay, $20, $40, that's not really going to change your life in a significant way. But two things are really good news for you. One is there's no limit on how many people that you can enroll. So I've enrolled hundreds of people into doTERRA. And the second piece of good news is that this grows as your team develops and duplicates. So I want you to think about this. What if you had 10 people on your team who you brought into doTERRA, and each one of them is enrolling people? Let's say they're enrolling one person per month. Well, that would be 10 new people at that 10% level that you would get. So $220 every single month from people that you don't even know, right? So as you build this team, the bonus is paid out weekly, and it starts to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is really where you're going to get the most money as you're starting in the beginning. Okay, so now our second bonus I want to explain to you is our power of three. And this bonus pays out the most with the smallest amount of volume, and it's in the quickest amount of time. If you are strategic, and that's really important, you got to be strategic in what you're doing here. So this is where I'm going to spend the majority of our time talking about. And when I start talking about your plan, this is what we're going to focus on. So to unlock this bonus, most of the other bonuses, you need to be sure that you're placing first your own order. So right here, here's you, that 100 PV order. Then what you're going to do is you're going to start creating what we call a pod, which is 500 volume on your front line. So as you start enrolling customers, you're going to place them on your front line, and then the total of the orders that are next month on the rewards program will be part of your pod. This is a retention-based bonus. So that enrollment we talked about with Fast Start, that is an acquisition type bonus, but this one's going to be your retention. So you need the pod to be 500 PV. Now that could come from one person who orders 500 a month. It could be 5 people who order 100 per month. It could be 10 people, any combination that you want it to be to get to that 500 amount. So it's all the customers who are consistently ordering each month. So when you have that pod filled out, you'll earn your first level payout, which is $50. Now, there's a really cool feature that doTERRA added where you can actually double this amount. So the total of all the rewards volume from your customers who have enrolled in the last 12 months count towards what we call this personal growth volume. When that volume is 400 in the month and you filled your pod up, you'll get an extra $50. So now you've earned $100. So with just this one bonus, you could have just a handful of customers 500 volume, you've already in profit as a leader. I want you to think about that. You already earned enough to cover your monthly order, so your products are free at this point. You're going to find it really hard pressed to find another compensation plan out there that gets you to your break even or even profit point as fast as this bonus. So it's one reason we really love it. But the cool thing about this too is there's two more levels to this bonus. Okay. So once you've set up your pod, you're going to want to have three people who are going to do the same thing that you just did. Okay. So three different people that are creating their own pod. So they're each earning that $50 bonus, um, or their 100 if they have their boost. And now you're going to earn $250. And excuse me. And if your personal growth volume is 800, you can double that to 500, which is really awesome. So instead of getting 250, you're going to get $500 every single month, which is really amazing. Now, there is one requirement in order for you to get this, is you have to be an elite rank, in order to earn this second level. But rarely does anyone earn this, without being elite. And don't worry, I'm going to show you how to make sure that you do that. So this is a really significant thing. 80% of people have said that they would participate in network marketing or direct selling if they really had a clear path of knowing how to earn $500. So this is that clear path. This is the easiest way for someone to get to that significant level of income through our compensation plan. But again, like I said, we have one more level to this. So if you help 9 people on that second level to each build their own pod of 500 from customer rewards orders, then you're going to now earn $1,250. And you can still get these boosts that we talked about with those other two levels. So you can get the $50 boost or the 250, or when you get to this level, if you're up to 1,200 in that personal growth volume, you can actually get a $500 boost. So that could go up to 1,750, which is really awesome. So this extra reward, you might be asking, like, why are they doing this boost? Why isn't all just one bonus? Well, this is an extra little reward for those who are building the business right now. So let's say you work for 2 years and you then take 5 years off to just kind of sit around, cash in, and receive some residual income. You're not personally bringing in new distributors right now. That's totally fine. You'll still earn your normal Power of Three bonuses, but the boosts, those are for those who are building right now. So it's this extra incentive for you who are getting started now and actively building your business in this consistent and productive way. So that completes our Power of Three. Now, our third type of bonus is what we call a unilevel bonus, which is just another retention type bonus. So as you're just starting off that fast start and Power 3, that's going to be your largest bonus. But as you start growing your team and reaching higher leadership ranks, this will be the bulk of your income. And this, you can see it starts slowest to start, but it does become more stable and solid. Now, our compensation plan pays down. You can see 7 levels. At level 1, you're really maximizing that Power of 3 bonus. So the unilevel is going to kick in at level 2. And that's where you're going to earn 3% on every customer, every order that they place for life. Then you can see it drops down to 5%, 6%, and 7% down on your 7th level. Again, on every order that they ever place for the rest of your life. I love that fact that doTERRA honors us for bringing in people, customers forever. That's one of the things that really distinguishes us from the affiliate marketing world. You might see a lot of people getting into affiliate marketing, but this is really significant if you look at it. You're going to earn an average of about 5% of the total volume of your team forever. So think about this. If you were doing, let's say, 100,000 in volume as a team, which is kind of a good, solid, typical diamond organization, that's $5,000 in commissions each month just from unilevel bonus. And another thing to notice is that most direct sales companies or network marketing companies, they pay you a higher percentage on the top levels. So it looks something kind of like this, right? which as you're just starting off, you think that this might be great because you're getting a high percentage. But as you're growing your team, and like we said, most of your team ends up being kind of in this area, right? And doTERRA pays the higher percentage where you're going to have the most team, where most company that is their lowest percentage. We also have something you can see right here that says dynamic compression. I'm not going to go into much about that right now. That could be a whole call on itself to learn about dynamic compression. But basically, you could continue earning below that seventh level. When someone, let's say on your eighth level or below, orders, but the person above them on the seventh level does not place an order, doTERRA actually is going to pay you that 7% for that eighth level. So we're always paid down a true 7 levels of customers that are actually ordering. And there's a lot more nuances with this. But like I said, this video is just a summary so you can kind of get a basic understanding of the concepts here. Okay, so now on to our fourth bonus. Now, this is very, very powerful. This is called our leadership pools. Now, the company takes 8% of the total sales globally every single month, and they divide it up between the premiers and above in all of these different pools. So let's take a quick glance at these leadership pools and kind of their possibilities. So this first one here is the empowerment pool. So you can see there that this is 1.5% of the global sales that doTERRA puts in this pool, and it's shared with premiers, silvers, and golds. Okay, so premiers and silvers each get one share, so like one piece of the pie, and golds get two. Um, and then this poll does have a little bit of a requirement. It has where they have to enroll at least one person that month to get into that pool. Okay, so then the next pool here is leadership pool, and you can see that that's shared by silvers, golds, and platinums. Then we have a performance pool that's shared by platinums, diamonds, blue diamonds, and presidentials. And then each of these diamond levels have their own pool. There's diamond pool, a blue diamond pool, and a presidential diamond pool. So you can kind of see each where all that 8% adds up. And so what this looks like is premiers, you can make an extra $200, and these are averages. Silvers, $350, golds, it could be an extra $1,100, platinums, $2,100, diamonds, $3,500, blue diamonds, $10,000, presidentials, $26,000. But because these are based on monthly global sales, it does fluctuate, but it's pretty stable and close to these numbers each month. So this is an additional bonus that when you add it up together with all those other things we talked about, that is going to give you those average ranks that I shared at the very beginning. Okay, so now you might be getting really excited of what all these possibilities, what you can earn, and teams that maybe you could start building. But you might say, what do I do? How do I get started? So let's talk about your first 3 goals and how you're going to accomplish these goals. Okay, so first goal that you're going to have is you want to reach that first level of power of 3 and become what we call a director. Okay, excuse me, sorry. So here's your plan. How are you going to hit that goal? You're going to enroll about 5 new customers per month. You want to maintain that 500 PV rewards volume and find 3 partners. Okay. So enrolling 5 new customers each month. You're going to work with your upline mentor on how you want to do this. So this could be hosting in-person classes. You could do online. You could do vendor booths through social media, having one-on-one conversations. This is where you really can use your strengths to share doTERRA with others. Okay, and enrolling 5 each month. The reason we have that number is it's shown us when you do 5 each month, that's really going to boost your business forward and keep the momentum going. So this is really also what's going to help you to maximize the compensation plan to be sure that you're getting all of those bonuses and all of those boosts. So it's basically making sure that you're going to have about 1 enrollment each week. Some weeks, maybe more than 1. Okay. So can you do less? Absolutely. You can enroll less, but just know that it might take you longer, right? Maybe you won't reach every bonus that we're talking about if you do less. Okay. And then when we talked about having that 500 PV rewards, what is that? That is maintaining this pod, right? So connecting with your current customers, helping them get on the rewards, helping them know how to use their products, and all those benefits of the rewards. And then, of course, you're going to want to find 3 people who want to do the same thing as you that are going to want to build that pod. So when you have accomplished this goal, then you have earned some fast start, $100 in fast start. Your 50 power 3, you've got your $50 boost. So you are earning $200 in a month. So that's by doing that 5 per month. Now, this is not counting the fast start that you probably would have earned in month 1 when you enrolled them too. So it's really could be more than that. So now let's look at your second goal. Once you've accomplished goal 1, now we're going to look at goal 2, which is going to reach that second level of power 3. And you want to hit that elite rank. Okay. So how are you going to do that? Again, here's your plan. Looks the same, right? You want to continue to enroll 5 people per month. You want to now maintain, we're going to do 800. It's been a few months, so you have more customers. So now we have 800 in rewards volume that you want to maintain. And you're helping those 3 partners to reach that first goal that you just reached. So when you do that, you're going to be earning about $875. So same fast start, you're getting power 3 boost, and now you also get some unilevel. Now, that first level, some people can do that in, let me go back. This first level, some people can do this usually by month 2, right? Month 1, you're enrolling people. By month 2, you can reach this this goal. That is not unusual. Again, if you do less, it might take you a little bit longer. In plan 2, again, a lot of people can do this in 90 days, and it could take longer than that, depending on how quickly you get your partners to work as well. All right. So then once you've reached that, your third goal is going to get your third level of power 3, and you want to hit that silver rank. Again, your plan is the same, right? You're still enrolling 5 people per month, maintaining that 800, and helping your 3 partners to reach goal 2. So when you do that, now you are tapping into all of those bonuses, and you're reaching about 27, 25 per month when you do this. And actually, this could even be a little bit higher. So this boost you can see is at the 250. If your rewards is 1200, that could actually be that 500 we talked about. So this could be more around 3000 per month. So depending on how quickly you're going to be working and enrolling and how quickly your partners are doing, this could take you about 6 months. It could take you about a year, again, just depending on your pace. So what do you need to do next? First, if you're not already enrolled as a wellness advocate, be sure that you do that. Either by getting your starter kit and enrolling as a wellness advocate, or if you're already a customer, upgrade so you can become a wellness advocate. Then you're going to meet with your upline mentor. You're going to talk about what your intentions are for your business, what your goals, your timeline you have for yourself. That's really going to be important for you and your upline mentor to know what you're working towards. And then start working on your plan with your mentor on how you want to launch your business. So thanks for joining me on this call, and good luck.